Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video it is very exciting because we are going to learn a Looker Studio course, or we are going to have a tutorial on Looker Studio. So this course is for beginners, those people who have never used Looker Studio, those people who have never heard of Looker Studio, and they are interested to use it. So what is Looker Studio? Looker Studio is a business intelligence and data visualization platform. So for you to use Looker Studio, you must have an account with them. So if you don't have an account, you go to your browser and then you search for Looker Studio and then you follow the instruction and then you're going to set up the Looker Studio account. After you have done that, you come now to your account. Like for me, I have account with them, so this is my account. So in this tutorial or in this course, we are going to learn about connecting data in Looker Studio, building KPIs in cards in Looker Studio, creating charts, adding filters, and then designing professional interactive executive dashboards using Looker Studio. So let's begin. And the first step is to bring in the data into Looker Studio. So you can bring in through clicking create. You can also click here to bring in the data. So I'm going to click here and then reports. And then I'm checking here. So these are Google connectors where you can connect data from to use in Looker Studio. Sorry. So these are sources of data that you can click any of them and then you bring data to Looker Studio. So my data is in Excel. So I'm going to click Microsoft Excel and then because I've been working with Looker Studio, we have available files which I've been working with, and I'm not interested on those data. I'm interested in sales data that I've saved in my desktop. So I'm going to click New and then drag file. So I can drag the file or I can upload. So click Upload, and then this is the data that we are going to use, and then wait for it to finish uploading. So let's give it time. So after that, you click add, and then you are told you are about to add data to this report. Click add to report. And then you are taken to the window of Looker Studio. So for those who are new, we have Looker Studio looking like this. So you have file, you have editing, you have view, you have insert, you have page, arrange, resources, help, then you can add other things here. Okay, so that's how Looker Studio look like. So and then we have this where our data has settled. So we have those in A, B, C, which are dimension, and then we have those in numbers, which are called matrix. So you are going to see a lot of dimension and matrix when we start working. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is maybe to see the current setting of your page. So you have here in style, so you have the background. So you can always change the background to the color that you want, and then the canvas size you can also change, and then for the width you can also change. Like I can adjust mine to be 1400, and then you see that there is changes happening. So let's begin. And the first thing that we're going to do is rename this report to be project performance. Then we are going to start now working on the creating visualization. So the first thing is to take one of the shape. So we have one of the shape, and then we give it a name. We are going to call it project sales performance. Project. I'm going to put it in capital. So it's project. Sorry, I said that we are going to do practical. So it's project sell performance. Then we can start our editing. The font color, we can have it to be black. Sorry, there is a correction. And then we're going to increase the size to be 24, 25. This size, we can bold it. So 40 is viable. So 40 is viable. And then we're going to align it in the middle. And then we're going to leave it not italic or underline. Then we can do the radius. I don't want to do the radius. You can also have the borders. You can change the color also. So that's about the heading. You can always change your shape from rectangle to circular triangle, and then also you can change the color to be blue. So that blue is okay. So now we have your heading of your dashboard. So when someone open it, they are going to see the heading of your dashboard. So the second thing that we are going to do, we can have control, drop down control. So you can click here and then you bring your control. So I want us to have control of order ID, not even order ID, but we can have for date, county, category, and salesperson. So I'm going to create this one, and then I do formatting, and then I duplicate so that they are of the same size and presentable. So I'm going to change, I'm going to leave the color to be that. The size, I will increase to be something like 20. Let's see, 20. Yeah. And then the list also of text, I want to increase a little bit. And here you can change the font of the header. You can also come here and change the font of the text. So we can have it purple. Then for the radius, I'm going to make a very small radius. So this one is okay. So I've said that we are going to create order ID, date, county, category, and salesperson. So there are 5. So I'm going to duplicate 1, 2, 3, then 4. So now I can start moving them. This other one, I'll take it here, and then I'll take this one here, and then I'll take this one here. So it's not going to fit this one. So I'm going to remove instead of ID, I'm not going to have ID. So I'm going to have, so that we have date, we have county, which is like a region, and then we have category, and then the last one we have salesperson. So all of the drop down control are reading order ID, but we have said that we want date, we want county, we want category, and then we want salesperson. So come here and then come to setup, and then we are going to drag in the date here. Wait for change. We move to the next one. We want county. So we are going to bring county here. And then this order ID, we are going to put category. And then the last one, we are going to have salesperson. So let's scroll to see salesperson. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to check it here. So that's about drop-down control. So when we have done with our dashboard, anyone can come and click any county, and then they are able to see the analysis of what they want. The second step is to create KPI cards. So we're going to go here, or you can go to insert. Then you're going to have the scorecard here. So we are going to have KPIs. So we are going to take this. And I want us to have total sales, total profit, and total order. The same case I was doing with the drop-down control list, I'm going to do with this scorecard. I'm going to format one, and then I do duplication so that they are of the same size and they are presentable. So I'm going to style. And then I'm going to remove decimal. And then the font size, I think that font size is okay. The color, we can have them to be red. Secondary color, we can have them to be this blue. And then we are going to put them in the middle, values the same. Then I'm going to change the radius. So the radius is like that. So I can increase this. So I'm going to duplicate one. And then 2. not copying, I'm going to duplicate 3. So let me put this one to balance it here. Okay, so we want a total cell. Give me a minute, I bring the charger. So the first scorecard, we say that we want to generate total cells. So you come to setup. So we are going to bring the cells. And then we check the aggregation is sum, which is correct. So the name, we are going to leave the name. We are going to change the name. Instead of cells, we put total cells. And then it's numeric. We can have the currency, euros. Then we are done. We move to total profit. So we go back. Instead of count, we bring profit. So we are talking about total profit. So we edit the display name to be total profit. So we can also change the currency to be in euros. Then we come to total orders. You go to here. Where is the order? So we have total order. So we are going to sum all the total orders. So okay. The name will be total orders. So then we are done with scorecard. Clap for ourselves. Then we move to now generating dashboards, which are going to be on sales, because we say that this data is sales performance of a certain business or certain project. So let's start, and we're going to begin by creating monthly sales trends. So we are going to add, and we're going to use line chart. And then we bring here, dimension is the date, and then dimension is the date, and then we have monthly sales. So we're going to remove this. So we are going to have, we can change this to be monthly sales. So we are looking at monthly sales. So metric or the y-axis is sales, and then the dimension, which is the x-axis, is a month. So you can also come here and do your formatting. You can have whatever, you can change the display name. I don't want to change. Then here you can do the sum, and then you can have here the currency. We have said that we are going to maintain euros, so we are going to change to euros. Then we come to style. We want to show chart, so we are calling it monthly sales trends. Then you can always change the font. I'm going to leave it at default. The font size, I want to increase it. Alignment, center, and then bold it. Series, the line, you can change the color. And then you can have it as line or bar chart. And then you can show the labels. But I don't want to show the labels. Axes, you can change the color. Let it be that. And then the size, you can also increase, and you can bold. For the values, you can, I've said that I'm going to leave the font type to be the default. You can change the size, then you bold it. At least you're able to. So let me remove these filters which are starting to add. So we are done with monthly sales trends. Clap for ourselves again. The second chart that we are going to generate is a bar chart, and this one is going to present the sales by category. So you go to add chart, and then we check, let's check this one here. So let's do the formatting. So instead of month, we are going to put category. And then here, not profit but sales. And the currency, it will remain one so that it's uniform. That's euros. Then we come to style, show the name. So it sells by category. You have 20. We're going to bold it, and then it is going to be at the center. We move to do some formatting. So here I can show labels. It's already there in the axis. I can change this bold. Then I can bold it. You can remove the grid lines or you can have it. I will remove the legend because already my title is speaking very well. We are done with sales by category using by chart. Clap for ourselves. We move on. Now our page is small. So what do you do in this case? So in this case that our page is small, we add a new page. So we are going to create sales by county or region, and we're going to use bar chart again. And this round we're going to use the vertical bar chart. So first we need to format this. We are doing sales by county. So order ID, it is going to change. Let's look for county. We have the county. The matrix, we're going to look at cells. Where are cells? Where are cells? Our cells need to be formatted. So where we have county, then we have here cells. Not cells person, but cells. Let's do formatting. Our currency will remain the same. Euros. Okay. Then we want to change to have the title. So already sales by county. The font is going to be 20. The color will remain black. It is going to be bolded, and then the alignment will be at the center. Then we move, you can also change the badge to be horizontal, but I'm going to leave it as vertical. And then you I'll change this. I'll bold. You can also italize. You can put italic. Then this also to be visible. Bold. I'm going to remove the legend. Where? Because already my title speaks very well. We are done creating the bar chart, which showcases by county or what we call the region. So let's clap for ourselves again. Good job, everyone. So we move to sales performance. Sales performance, we are going to use again the bar chart. So we are going to use a bar chart so that it doesn't become the same. I'm going to use the horizontal bar chart. We come to setup to set our data, and then we're going to have the dimension salesperson. So we can have maybe quantities they are able to sell, so that it shows you the the performance. You can also have the total sales, which shows you how many products that this person was able to sell. We can do show chart. So we're going to change it to be, instead of quantity by salesperson, we call it salesperson performance, so that it makes sense. We're going to increase, we are saying to be uniform. It is going to remain bold. And then we are going to change this size, increase it, then bold it. Oh, the names are okay. And then We're going to have these names, bold them, and then remove the legend because your title is speaking very well. So if you don't want to have a lot of things in your chart which will confuse your audience, kindly give a very good title of your visualization or the chart that you're using. So we are done, not done. Let's create the last one. And this one, we are going to look at the payment method distribution. And this one, we are going to use per chart. So you go to chart and then you add your per chart. So show this the title. We are going to call it payment methods. Method distribution. The size will remain 20. It will be bold and then at the center. Then here, let's make, so it's payment method distribution. So we are going to remove this county. I'm going to put payment. Then go to style. So when you click here, you can you can see how slice padding is behaving. So you can have single color, but I don't have the font size. The labels, you can change the labels to be yellow, and then you can change this to be like, let's see, 20, 18 is okay. And then I'm going to, then it's, you can change also to be count, to be values instead of percentage. Legend is going to remain, and then so we are going to increase the font for legend so that people can read. So ta-da, you're done. You're done creating your pie chart, which displays payment method that people were using to buy products from this project or this industry. So you can also add filters here, and the filters that you can have is you can have date. So it will depend on how your data was or how the sales were moving. So you set to start from where to where. So let's say if you did it annually and then you want to see on a quarterly basis, so you can set the date. So I don't want to have that filter, but I can also add a filter in terms of counties. Then you're going to not customers, county, where county. So you can always click like this, then your data is going to be changing. So you can click the counties that you'll want to. You click when you click this. Let's say this. You click. Let's say you want Nakuru only. You click apply. See what happens. The figures are going to change. So if you want to remove that, you can go here and click apply, and then you can also remove. So you're done creating your dashboards, sales dashboards, which can be presented to the management, which speaks learning and findings and decision making, which will lead to decision making in that organization. So I want to show you something. So this is how our dashboard is. So you can, maybe you want to view how this dashboard looks like. So you come to view, not this view. You come to, here is where you can zoom and everything, but I want to see how my dashboard is going to look like. So I come to here, and then so I can view it. So I can remove this so that I view the whole thing. So it is going to appear like this. So this is page 1, then page 2. So if I want to go back to my editing window, I'll click that. So now my dashboard is complete, and I want to share with maybe my colleagues or my supervisor. You click here, and then you invite people. You will type the email of the person or the people that you want to share the dashboard with, and then you can specify as public, unlisted, or restricted, where people are going to just view without doing anything. And then you can have it as public, where people can view, edit, and do other things. Then you click done. You can also copy the link, and then you can share directly. You can also come here and then you download. Before I download, I want to show you something else. We have themes here. So you can depending on the colors that you have used, you can change the theme of your presentation to that. You can click maybe this one, then it is going to change. You can click this one. So it will depend which one do you like, which one is presentable. You can change it to be this. Let's see what will happen in the next one. Yeah, so I'm going to leave mine to be this blue one, because even the theme of the heading was like that. So I want to download, maybe instead of sharing with people to edit or to view my report, I can also download and share with them. So I'll download all pages, or you can download one page and then you come and download the other one. So I'm going to download all. I've said that you can download pages by selecting which one. So I've not titled my page. So I want to download everything, and then it's preparing PDF. Let's see what happens. So it's downloaded. Let's view it. So this is my report, and I can share as a file to other people. So you see, it's very nice report, project sales performance. You see, people are able to see the total sales that were made, the total profit, total orders. They are able to see even how the sales were going on in months. So they're able also to see sales by category, which sales were higher, which was furniture, followed by electronics, and then the last one was the office. Then they're able to see which county was leading in terms of sales. So Nakuru was the one which was leading in terms of sales. And then sales performance, we can have the people who are doing our marketing and selling our products. We can see who is performing well and we can reward them. So Alice was the top person. And then you can see which payment method was highly used. So here it was the cash. People preferred the cash. So that's all about basic performance, basic information or tutorial or course for those people who want to use Looker Studio. So those are very key tutorials which are going to help you to start building interactive dashboards with Looker Studio. And the beauty bit about the Looker Studio is that it's free. It's not like Power BI or Tableau where you need to pay for you to publish, for you to share that report. For Looker Studio, it's free. The only thing that you need to have is internet, laptop, and then data, and you're good to go. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know that you're going to now start using Looker Studio and be able to create those interactive dashboards and share with other people and share the information. People like consuming information which has graphics in it. Plain information doesn't incite people, and then people even get bored. But when you come with data visualization, people will enjoy your reports. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's going to build you, it is going to make you learn. Share, comment, and subscribe if you have not, and stay tuned for more ideas and insights.